going to explain the basic assumptions of limit state method as per IS 456-2000, which is the code for the design of RCC structures. So here the first assumption is ultimate strain in concrete is 0.0035. We have to consider as per the code. So in under bending compression only. Under bending compression means in RCC member in beam we have both compression zone and tension zone. Above the neutral axis compression zone and below the neutral axis tension zone. So we have to when we consider the compression zone, the whole compression is taken by the concrete here. So up to this strain we can stress the concrete. Otherwise, if we increase even 0.0001 strain, the concrete may fail. So we have to stress the material up to 0.0035 only. If we increase the 0.000.1 also, the concrete will fail in compression. So then the second assumption is tensile strength of concrete is ignored. So in this criteria, according to the code, the tensile strength of concrete is ignored. That is 0.7 FCK. Okay, and the third assumption is design strength of concrete is 0.45 FCK. As I said yesterday in my yesterday video, how we get the 0.4 FCK. This 0.45 FCK we have to consider the design strength of the concrete. This is the third assumption. And the fourth assumption is maximum strain in steel should not be less than 0.002 plus 0.87 Fi by ES. How we get this I will explain here. This is the stress strain curve for the mild steel. As we know, this is the proportional limit, this is the elastic limit, this is the upper yield point, and this is the lower yield point. So here corresponding to elastic limit, the strain is 0.002. But while considering the maximum strain in steel, we have to consider the point where the yield stress. In yield stress, we consider the lower yield point. Always we consider Fi at the lower yield point. So we have to consider strain here only. In any material, we have to stress the material up to its yield point. So we have to get when maximum strain in steel we get only at the yield stress. So here yield stress is here. Here the elastic strain is here. So we have to add this much of strain to 0.002. So how we will get this strain? This strain is equal to actual we have Young's modulus is equal to stress by strain. How we will get the strain? Strain is equal to stress by Young's modulus. So here stress is we have to take the design strength of the steel, that is 0.87 Fi. Here the ES is the Young's modulus of steel. So in this portion we get the strain by 0.87 Fi by ES. So whole maximum strain up to yield stress is equal to the 0.002 plus 0.87 Fi ES. Under bending compression, this is 0.0035 is under compression, bending compression, and this 0.002 plus 0.87 Fi by ES is the under bending tension, the maximum strain in steel. What is idealized stress strain curves? While doing analysis for the actual stress strain curves, we get to more typical equations. While if we did for the analysis for the idealized one, we get easy results. That's why we consider the idealized stress strain curves. This is the actual stress strain curve for the mild steel. We know this. But how to get this idealized stress strain curve, I will explain. So here corresponding to upper yield point, we have to consider the yield strength of the material. So any material we have to stress only up to yield stress only. If we stress beyond the yield stress, the material may fail. So we have to consider up to yield stress only. We can't stress the material beyond the yield stress. If we stress beyond the yield stress, the material may fail. So that's why I consider the linear portion up to yield stress and the remaining portion as uniform. So we don't need to consider this portion. So we don't get in actual practical, this portion is not possible. So we have to stress only up to yield stress only. That's why we consider up to this point only. Here for HYSD bars, this is stress strain curve for the HYSD bars. We get like this a parabolic shape, but we don't get the upper yield point, lower yield point in HYSD bars. stress strain curve. So we have to find the what is the yield strength of this HYST bars. How we will find this? We have to mark the 0.0002 strain at the x-axis. Corresponding this linear portion, we have to draw the parallel line to the proportional linear line. So we have to draw the parallel line to this proportional linear line. So up to cut this parabolic curve. So here this line is cuts here. So corresponding to this point, that is considered as the yield strength of that HYST bars. So here this is for actual stress strain curve. How we will get the idealized one? Here we have to straighten we have to take the parabolic up to yield point. Then we have to straighten the line. So up to Fy only we have to stress the material. Beyond that we don't need to consider the material. So beyond that we have to take the straight line. So this is the idealized one. Here third one is the idealized stress strain curve for the concrete. Here it is the actual stress strain curve for the concrete. Here up to ultimate point we get the parabolic in shape, and then falling down and failure occurs here. So how to get the idealized stress strain curve for the concrete, I will explain here. Here we know the actual design strength of concrete as 0.45 FCK. We have to mark this point and draw a horizontal line here, and also we have to consider the 0.002 strain and also draw the vertical line here. So we have to make a point where these both lines are meeting. So up to here we have to draw the parabolic line, and then after this we have to draw the straight line. Why we have to draw the straight line? Up to here only material can take the design strength. So beyond this we don't need to consider the parabolic shape. That's why I have considered the straight line up to ultimate strain. So based on all these assumptions only we get the stress back parameters like this as final result here. This is strain distribution diagram. This is stress distribution diagram. This diagram is incorporated here, like we have to kept diagram like here, and this is strain diagram. So this is the final result as we get the based on the assumptions only. In academic year, the professors tells only the final results only. They don't explain all these derivative concept behind it, but they consider only direct these diagrams and they move on. So I will try to explain this basic concept. So thank you friends. నచ్చితే షేర్ చేయండి, లైక్ చేయండి, అండ్ సబ్స్క్రైబ్ కూడా చేసుకోండి. థ్యాంక్ యూ.